So there's one thing that most people can agree with. Everyone hates the dentist. Why is that? Well, I made 2 videos explaining all the reasons why. If you haven't checked those out, be sure to do so. But moving forward, I want to share with you my point of view on this matter as a dentist, and I also want to share how we can eliminate or at least minimize the fear of dentists. It's a tall task, I know, but I'm going to take a crack at it. So I'm pretty confident there's no video like this on the internet where a dentist is breaking down how to eliminate the fear, especially with this perspective. Again, these are my ideas from my experience, and my take is kind of spicy. So if you're into that kind of stuff, stay till the end. So the quickest way to eliminate the fear of dentists is we need to have less bad dentists practicing in the world. So many schools these days are letting in so many people, and they're also graduating a lot of them. And not all of them deserve to get the degree. Yeah, I said it. There were people in my graduating class of like 320 students that we were pretty shocked that they actually got their degree and passed the exams, because the level of work that they were doing in school was horrible. And I'm not trying to bash people, I'm just being real about it. The truth of the matter is the standard of being competent these days is not that high. Now, that doesn't mean every dentist is bad. It just means that the bar is so low that there are going to be dentists out there who are just not good. That's an entirely different video on its own. But it's the state of the world that we live in today. So the main reason of this fear usually comes from trauma. Something bad happened to patients early in their life or previously at a dental visit, and then they carry that with them, and now they're fearful of the dentist and anything that may come with it. So in this video, I'm going to break down a way that we can help improve this. Let's get into it. So someone at some point caused a traumatic situation for a dentist. Have you ever had a traumatic dental experience? Look, sometimes it was an accident. Dentistry is hard. Others, it could have been negligence or even frustration. Lots of dentists suffer from stress, and some of them handle it well with means of therapy, meditation, stretching, healthy ways to handle stress. But there are a good amount of dentists out there who don't have healthy ways to cope with the stress, and they end up taking it out on their staff and their patients. This is not okay. And I feel so bad for patients who have to experience this. As a profession, we have to do better about prioritizing our mental health and ways to handle our stress. So this is no excuse to treat people poorly, patients and staff alike, but it's the reality. And so when a patient suffers from this causes a very, very traumatic experience. And this can have lasting impacts on their lives. So 2 ways to fix this trauma. You can have a reactive approach or a proactive approach. I'm going to break down both of those. So let's go with a reactive approach first. What if I told you that not every dentist is a good dentist? So we have to elevate the level of care amongst dentists. And there's a couple ways to do that. One, we can provide them with more education for more techniques and more skills. However, that is expensive and it's something that they have to invest in, which dentists do. Another thing is there could be longer appointments. So that way dentists can take their time with patients and give them more quality care as opposed to running in between a bunch of different operatories. This would minimize the chance for mistakes, errors, and overall sense of feeling rushed. When things slow down, the attention and focus turns towards the patient. This naturally will elevate the level of care regardless of the dentist's skill level because they're just focused and paying attention. So my message to dentists is try to slow down. It's too fast these days because everyone's out there just trying to make money. Look, I get it. And I don't blame the dentist for doing this because nowadays it costs anywhere from $500,000 to $750,000 just to get a dental degree. For reference, in 1980, it was only $20,000 to become a dentist. That's absurd. What makes this even crazier is when you look at how much the price has increased to become a dentist, right? Which is student debt. And then you look at how much dental prices has changed for treatment, they do not match up. So dental insurance prices, essentially how much dentists can charge patients for treatment if they accept the dental insurance, has not changed in 20 years. So the discrepancy between how much dentists can make versus how much it costs to become a dentist, that scale has been completely demolished. It does not make any financial sense to follow through with this model. This is why a lot of dentists these days are stressed about finances. And by the way, dentists get paid on commission. They don't get paid on salary, which means if they don't do any work, they're not going to get paid. This in itself brings up so many ethical issues and problems that people have to face. Okay, back to appointment length. So here's the thing. Having longer appointments and seeing less patients in a day while still being able to make money, this exists. There are private dentists out there who practice like this and they love what they do. And I don't blame them. them. They're able to take more time with the procedures, provide higher levels of care and treatment, and they get paid accordingly. They don't accept insurance and they charge how much they want to, and patients pay for it. If you knew you were going to get an elevated level of experience, would you not pay more for that? And I get it. Everyone's financial situation is different, but at the end of the day, dentistry is also a business. So you're going to get what you pay for. Keep that in mind when you're selecting your dentist and how you want your experience to go. So before we move forward in this video, please subscribe to the channel. It takes a lot of time and effort to make these videos, and I try to bring as much value as possible. And when I see the subscriber count go up, the likes, the comments, it encourages me to make more because that lets me know that you guys are finding value in these videos. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's switch it up and talk about the proactive approach to how we can eliminate the fear of dentists. So the goal is to have less bad dentists practicing and more good ones, right? So what if there's a way where dentists could practice and not have to worry about how much money they were making and just focus on the patient care? Like genuinely. Sounds pretty nice, right? So what we have to do is we have to get the ones who are not as good or kind of good, not practicing as much. You do it by them generating an income in another way so that way they're not solely reliant on actually making money from the dentistry that they do. This is going to open up multiple streams of income for them. And so now they don't have to worry about doing so many procedures because they're making money on the side, which is paying for their extremely high student loan bills and other bills that they need to live on. So this happened to me personally when I created an online training program where I teach dentists how to do clear aligners. See, before I was doing clear aligners, I was extremely stressed on my finances. And the only source that I had to make money was by doing dentistry. So I have gone about dentistry in a very ethical way where I only treat patients and do things that they need done. However, there were several times where I was stressed about my financial situation. And I knew that if I didn't do a certain number of treatments that month, that money might be a little tight. And so this just puts you into this bad headspace where you're having to think about doing procedures and making money. And it's tough, but it's how it is. So anyways, I have this course, and that is a way that I'm able to help elevate the profession by teaching fellow dentists how to do a procedure that will help them treat more patients and make more money and have a greater sense of fulfillment. So the field is elevating. I'm able to have another income stream, and this takes off all the financial pressure and burden on having to do dentistry from a clinical standpoint. So now when I'm practicing dentistry, I'm able to focus on the patient and not stress about the money. Again, this is just one way to do it. There are so many other things and ways that dentists can have multiple streams of income. They just have to be open to learning about them. And I think this is a very proactive way for the field to shift away from this way of thinking where you're only getting paid for what you do. And I think everybody, patients and dentists included, will benefit from this. So in this scenario, everybody wins because great dentists get to elevate the profession. And the dentists who are kind of average or on the other end of the spectrum, they can shift dentistry to more of a hobby and they can spend their free time learning how to get better or having other ways that they can make money. And this way they can just focus on the few procedures that they enjoy, that they're really good at doing, and not have to stress and worry about trying to do things that they may not be equipped to do. This all results in patients getting higher quality of care because when you have less dentists practicing, the ones who are incredible are able to see more patients if they choose so. So patients get high quality of care and we get one step closer to eliminating that dental trauma that happens for future patients. So there you have it. Eliminating the fear of dentists might be impossible, but there is a path forward that could help. I'm sure there's several other ways that this can be accomplished. And if you have any ideas, drop them in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.